Hi. We're headed right now to go pick up the cab, doors, a few other little parts for Baracho, so we can get it back here, get it back on the frame, and get started on the bodywork.
Look how close we were to shutting the tailgate. That close.
Alright, as you guys can see, Baracho here is in final prime. We like to shoot a final prime after we shoot polyester. Polyester is kind of a porous primer, but it's really thick. It enables you to carve stuff in and get stuff really straight. So you can see kind of the difference in a polyester primer versus how smooth this Ultra 9K primer is here for final prime. This will get wet sanded with 600 and painted. Cab of the truck is all blocked out in 220 also. It's ready for a final prime. As you can see, the holes cut inside for the blow through for the stereo that's going to be installed later on by Elevated Design. All the lines are all knocked out nice and crisp. Just how everything kind of flows together here. You can see basically from your door to your rocker, from your door to your side here. Bodywork's looking good, and we're ready to go to a final prime. If you look over here at the bed, Travis welded some round rod on the edge of the tailgate. These tailgates on these trucks kind of roll in, and since we have a tonneau cover on here, we wanted to kind of square everything up, make it nice and crisp when the tailgate's closed, when you're trying to close the gap up. A little bit of welding, grinding until you get it just right. Since this is our shop truck, we got to make sure we represent well and show people what can actually be done with one of these vehicles. So if you remember looking at the truck when it was being built earlier, maybe in one of the last videos, you'll notice maybe now the back of the bed here is a little bit different than it was in the initial design. I kind of decided to change it up a little bit, so I sent it back over to Tray 5. It used to kind of be closed in here with a smaller section open here. Then I realized I wanted all this to open, so it kind of closed down like a trunk. Now we have a nice storage compartment where we can keep stuff in here. So up front here we added a bolt-on panel, which once we get the bed back on the truck, we're going to be cutting the hole that will match the hole on the back of the truck, where we will be putting a camper shell boot, so it keeps it nice and sealed up. And basically this whole section that's molded into the bed is where the stereo is going to be at. So that's pretty much what that is.
We got Frank's truck back over here. Gave it to him a little bit early before all of the fabrication work was totally done. And that was just so we can juggle some of the projects a little bit better. Plus it gave Frank a chance to get some of the body work done, so the primer sits on the cab a lot longer. They DTM some of the inside stuff too, just keep surface rust off of it. But anyway, it's back here now, and we're finished up the fab work. We've got all the air management stuff mounted. We did 2 5-gallon airlift tanks, 2 Viair 485 compressors, and the airlift manifold back here. We've got the airlift height sensors for the 3H system. We're working on the gas filler. We never did a gas filler for this truck because we weren't sure what we were going to do with this opening lid. We're going to run with the gas filler right here.
I'm mocking up the fuel level sender for Frank's truck. Also installing the FlyTech in-tank fuel pump kit. So this is FlyTech's in-tank fuel Go Fuel kit. Benefits of it is you run your pump inside the tank, which maintains it lower temperature, so it stays cooler. The base of it's pretty small, so you make a small hole in your gas tank, drop this in there. It comes with all the hardware and everything for it, so it's a pretty neat kit.
But anyway, we're about wrapped up with all the fab work that we needed to do. And soon as this is done, then we will tear this thing down for powder coat.
We got everything mocked up on Frank's truck. Now we're just ready to blow it apart and blow the frame apart.
Got our work cut out for us for sure.
Progress is going pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd say pretty good. Except for that guy that has a Rona. So some things like this compressor mount, we couldn't fully weld it in the truck. So we went ahead and tacked it all in place, got it where it needs to be. And then once we disassemble the truck, then we can fully weld everything. We're marking all the parts for the 2 different colors because we're going to possibly take this powder coat to somebody new that we haven't used before, because Frank wants crazy colors and not a lot of people have confidence in doing the crazy color that he wants to do. So trying out somebody new that has some kind of faith in what they do and confidence, but it's really, really far away. So we want to make sure we don't miss anything, and we want to make sure we get all the colors right. You want to talk about the lack of frame? It's because Frank's truck is out to powder coat right now. We had to send it all the way to California because we're doing kind of a specialty coating on like 60% of the parts, even some of the parts on the outside of the truck, bumpers and grills. So we sent it out to California, Pat Coast Powder. They kind of are more familiar with that type of stuff than some of the places here local. So we're waiting on some samples to show up. We've got 4 to choose from. We've already seen the video. We're waiting on the actual samples so we can put it against the paint. And then we'll give them the go-ahead to start powder coating, and probably a week from there, we'll have everything back. So we'll be assembling chassis in probably 2 weeks. Actually, we should have a chassis assembled in like 2 weeks. So right now, we have bare floor waiting for Frank's parts. So other than Frank's truck, we only have like 16 other projects going right now. It's a little hair pulling experience, but we have the 6400 of, you know, piles over there blowing on the exhaust just to see if it leaks or not.
Now that Seamless canceled, I'm officially excited. We're going we're gonna keep on moving like we are always keeping on moving. Just like Joe Dirt, keep on keeping on.